Powered by Riverside FM.
All right, welcome to Choey and Chandler's the Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. Welcome, Choey.
Welcome, Chandler.
It's a better sound, you know.
It is. I think it's a little more consistent because at least it's coming through, as opposed to
Yeah,
like
'cause
sometimes the few times we pop the can, it's all you're like,
sometimes
where's the
you get like that half pop where like you don't maybe fully push it in, and it's just like, psst, and you're just like,
yeah.
oh.
Into Sean Elliott. He fires the three and hits it.
But no, like I was saying, you reminded me. Today is the Memorial Day miracle, dude. You're like, this is 25 years ago. I was like, damn, 25 years ago. We just graduated. We were you, me, and two friends. We were just some. Well, you were a lot skinnier
Three
back
friends,
then.
three friends, three friends.
Yeah,
Because we had. You said two
the
friends.
five of us. Oh yeah, that's right. Because we spelled Spurs. You're right. I'm sorry. Apologies. But we were just like kids with topless with SPURS, which we still argue which letter we were. I know I was P, man, because I remember making fun of it. I have to pee.
I want to say
So
I was the U.
I think you were U, and I'm pretty sure Marshy Marsh was S. But
Yeah,
everyone likes to disagree. But I remember being the letter P, and I know you two were on the side of me. So that's why
I
I'm like,
don't.
no.
I'm pretty because I know there was people on both sides of me. So if you were the letter P, then I would have had to been the U because I had people on both sides. I don't remember who the other two people were.
There were people from what do you call it? What was that restaurant
Was
we
it from
worked
the
at?
restaurant? Was the
Yeah, Dining on
restaurant
the
Dining on the
Rocks.
Rocks?
It was Leaper and somebody. I can't remember
Because
if
I think
Leaper
we
and
went
somebody else.
we went like a big group. I think because we had a couple of dudes that didn't have it on. I
Well, like
think
I said, I
maybe
know
two.
Leaper was one of them. Like Leaper may have been next to you. He may have been the R, and I don't know who did
Okay.
S. But yeah, we had a few. I remember. Obviously, we trailed the whole game, right, for the Spurs. And when Elliott made that three, there was some older guy in front of us. I remember hugging people that I didn't even know. You know, they were like, "Ooh," and everyone started pointing at us because we had. Remember, we were walking out, and everyone were just kind of pointing at her. Go Spurs, go!
We
Yeah,
were all doing that, and everybody's like, "Yeah." And we're like, I remember that was probably the most self conscious I've ever felt about my body, like walking out because I'm a scrawny little guy. Like
oh yeah,
the
yeah.
letter the letter U the letter U looked really tiny.
We, we were twigs. Especially when Marsh was like, what? He's like 6'4", isn't he? Like 6'4", 6'5". So
Yeah, you tall
he
dude, and
just
then
like he just towered, you know.
it's like a capital S, just by
Yeah.
default.
And here we are, just like the small letters, you know. Oh, the days though. All right, man. Let's start with our
Here are today's effing holidays.
dude. It is May 31st. Almost said March. Today is European Neighbors Day. Invite over your neighbors to a nice meal and get to know your community. So that's in Europe, but I guess you can do it over here in America as well. You know.
It's a little toast
It's
to our friends over
also
there in Europe, though.
and this next holiday I think should be like a given for as a teacher. I think it should be a given for like any day. But today is National Speak in Complete Sentences Day, right? Scrap those short form words. It is time for National Complete Sentence Day. I love texting, but a lot of times the texting vernacular has like ruined some kids. You know, they don't understand how to spell certain words because you just always do that shorthand. And it's also World Parrot Day. It's time to get chatty with our little feathered friends on World Parrot Day. I picked World Parrot Day because I want to. I added more to my sleeve. I sent you a photo,
I saw that picture.
but I'm eventually going to add a parrot up at the top. So, did you know parrots represent adventure? That was pretty cool, you know. And
Like kind
like
of like
I'm
a
gonna,
pirates.
yeah, and I'm gonna get a green one. So I got a phoenix, a koi fish. A phoenix is rebirth. Koi fish is a perseverance, and then the green parrot is going to be growth. So I feel like it all go like kind of all meshes together. You know what I mean? So I looked that up and I was like, man, that's pretty cool, parrots. But yeah, I mean, think about it. Adventure is pretty awesome, man. So
Should get like a little parrot with like a little bubble. Dead men tell no tales.
and then now to the weather. I looked it up for yesterday and today. Right? Yesterday I was just exhausted, man. Um, Today, right now, is only 87 degrees. So I got our PG-13 and our PG version, right? Here's the PG-13. Today's weather, cloudy with sweaty, naughty bits for everybody, right? And the PG version just says, LOL, just think, some people voluntarily moved here. Weirdos, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The weather felt nice this morning though.
Well, I did. What it rained? Was it last night? It rained. Yesterday. Well, it
Couple
rained
nights
early
ago,
this
I
morning.
had to go. Well, it might have gotten a little bit. Oh yeah, there was like a slight drizzle this morning, but it like rained heavy like a couple nights ago though.
Yeah, but it
So I
was.
told you I
So
had to
I
get
think
that.
I think it was Wednesday night. It rained. That brought in a lot of cool temperatures, and ever since it's kind of calmed down a little bit. It wasn't like humid as hell.
You said hell.
Couldn't bleep it out. My hands were full. Hey, by the way, my tattoo artist, I shared with her our podcast. I was like, hey, if you want some goofy laughs or whatever, check it out. And
Oh,
then I
sweet.
also shared, her name's Beth, by the way. Awesome. Did you ever, speaking now, I'm sidetracked. I don't know if you're like me. I feel like every time I talk to people like this, it's just me. To me, it's not the first tattoo that makes you want to get more. It's the second. Because you can get one and go for a long time without getting another, but when you get that second, then you get that itch, right? And I'm not just plugging her, right? But she's done such an awesome job, and color is great now. So every time I go get tattoos, I want like more color.
Are, are you sure you're not getting like a discount right now? Like she's like every time you mention my name
She's
and
like,
our
yeah, pat
and
on
my
the back.
place, $5 off.
Now she told me when she did my cover up, she posted on her Facebook that she got a lot of business just from doing my cover up. Because a lot of tattoo artists don't want to do cover ups, right?
Yeah.
And the thing she did for me was like amazing. So I was just putting that out there. But all right, and then now
It's time for this week's edition of Choey and Jandler's headlines. Yay! Hooray!
I don't have too many headlines. I was gonna do like a couple, and then I was gonna pop into a little wine and cheese corner, and then unless you got a headline for you before that, and then with like a little break.
I'm
Um,
interested to see about what is this first one?
Fireworks in class. So it was Wednesday, right? Wednesday, one of my biggest headache kids, right? It took me half the day to figure out what was going on, right? Because I'm just hearing, those little poppers, when you throw
Yeah.
it down to make that popper firework. So I heard it early in the morning, and it sounded like somebody dropped like a metal ruler or whatever. I was like, "What is that?" And kids all blame this one kid who eventually was it, right? And he's like, "I got nothing." Now he looked guilty, but I couldn't prove anything, right? And so I told him, I was like, "Look, man, if I find out you're lying, that's gonna be even worse. Like whatever you're doing, if you're not doing anything, cool, then keep not doing something, right? Except one. But if you're up to no good, and I find out later that you've lied to me about it, I'm like, you're gonna be in a lot more trouble about it, right? Didn't hear any more about with this pop and sound or whatever the rest of the morning. We go to specials, we go to lunch, we come back. We're doing a reading quiz, and I hear this pop from another kid, and he's like, "Oh, I just popped my like you pop your fingers," is what he said, right? But it's pretty loud. And then not much longer after that, it happened again with the kid from the morning, and I'm like, "What is that?" And like, because now it happened like twice in like 2 or 3 minutes, and I'm telling you, everybody. One of the cool things about dealing with second graders is they will snitch on people in a heartbeat, right? They
Yeah.
they got no problems. They're like, yeah, the whole class is pointing to him, right? And I'm like, what? I was like, what? And they're like, Mr. Bing, he's got those poppers, right? And someone had kind of showed me that in the morning, but I had no proof. I just found it next to somebody else's desk. So now everybody's ratting this kid out, right? And they're like, he's been giving it to us. He's been passing it out. And then one of the other kids, so like they had popped it with his hand earlier. That's what they were doing. Like in the afternoon, they started popping it with their hand instead of throwing it on the ground, right? So I get that at the first kid, I was like, "Come here, and what do you got?" Right? I was like, "Everyone's ratting you out now. What do you got?" And he pulls out a couple, and I was like, and everyone's saying, "No, he's got more. He's got more in his bag." I was like, "Go get your backpack." So he goes and he hands me. I don't know. He had at least double digit, right? I took a photo. I sent it to his dad, his mom. I sent it to my AP. I was like, hey, and my AP, I was like, when you got a chance, I need you to come because I'm trying to. Because I texted her. I was like, hey, there's fireworks in there. I'm trying to figure out whose it is because I couldn't tell where the sound was coming from, right? And because I can't hear my left ear, so it makes things really tricky for me. And at that time, she was like, I'm dealing with a fight, which I'll explain in a second. So I emailed this kid's or messaged his kid's parents with the photos, like your son has fireworks in the class, right? I'm notifying admin right now and stuff. He ended up spending the rest of the day in ISS, but the other kid didn't get in trouble. And I told the AP, I was like, look, more kids than him just had it, but he was passing it out. But no, so anyway, she had to deal with the fourth graders. They got in a fight over football. I guess one kid punched another kid over the game or something at recess. And I was just like, and the teacher that told me that, I was like, oh, that's right. 2 years ago when they were in second grade, we had to outlaw football for a while because they kept arguing and fighting over it. So it's just, yeah, but that was the story. They're just bringing this kid, and he was passing out. It's not, obviously, it's not the same deal. But yesterday he was chewing gum. Now, maybe you know the reason. Is it because, why do we not want them chewing gum in class? Is it because they put it under the desk or what?
It's under the desk. It can get in the hair. It's just one of those things that like it's more of a distraction than it is like there's more negative than there's positive to it. So
Like,
it's just one
so
of
the
those like
thing
how
is,
about we
like,
just not do it so we don't have to worry.
that's like just always been the rule. So I'm just like, hey, spit your gum out, right? Because I found him chewing
Yeah.
gum yesterday, and then this is all one of the things my brain doesn't wrap its head around is you got a talking to from the teacher about that, and then he goes around passing out gum, and then kids rat on him for passing out gum. So then I was like, I collected the gum and I held it and I gave it to the teacher because this is right at the end of school, and I was like, it was going to be in his dismissal spot, and I was like, don't give it to him until he leaves because I collect stuff all the time, man, like
Should
all the
just
time, like
pop a
toys.
piece and be like, good gum you got here, buddy.
Yeah, I told I've said that before. Like teachers should just eat food in front of kids and be like, huh, look what I collected, right? So, but that was the fireworks story. But hey, dude, our Jan's former commercial. Did you see that?
Was that the
Oh
picture? Like you sent me a picture on TikTok?
yeah. So that we had like 1,700 views of Jan's,
Because
but you saw the little digital short though, right? You saw the
yeah,
final
I mean
clip.
I'd seen the
Yeah.
video, but like yeah, you sent me like a picture and it like was the views, and I was like, I don't know what this is about. Like, but I was like,
Okay. So I sent you that because most of the time I post stuff, I'm happy to get 800 views, right? We got like double that, you know? And so I
yeah,
was
but
like, hey, it's cool.
I watched the commercial though with the Optimus Prime guy, the robot
Yeah, Optimus
sounding guy.
Prime voice. But you know what? This weekend, I'm gonna work on the Toilet Watch 24. I think I finally got some stuff.
Last day of school and it happened today. Last
Was
day
this
of
your last
school.
day? This your last
Well,
day?
the last day for the kids, and I
Okay,
got
so we
I
get.
got bombed again. I got bombed again. Like I walk in, and it was early, like 8:30. I was like, I gotta go take. I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. Walk in, I was like, God dang.
Breakfast tacos, man.
Yeah, I'm just like, dude, like, what did you eat last night and then this morning that makes this smell? Like, God dang, man.
People, man. You couldn't wait to. Oh, that's right. You started a week before us, didn't you?
Probably like the 9th of August.
Yeah. Yeah, so because we got next Thursday. We got till Thursday with the kids, and then we'll be there
Dude,
Friday.
next year's gonna suck donkey nuts because we're going 4 day week every week
Uh
for the
huh.
kids. So we start like August, like second or third, like that, whatever that first Monday is in August,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're still going to like I think we're gonna end up going into June next year.
Because you're
Cause
doing four
like
days instead of five, so you have to like make it
yeah,
up. See, we're
yeah, because
doing like.
this year
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say like
well,
the next 2 years at least, we're not doing 4 days. There's talk of that, but like we're supposed to be ending summer earlier, and so we start earlier to like end the school year. Like I think in 2 years from now, we're gonna get to the point where we'll be done before Memorial Day. Like
oh
on
cool.
the schedule already. Now
Well, here's
after
great.
those
Like
2 years, I don't know.
I well, I saw like I read an article about that, like saying that they were doing surveys, but then I read an article like a week or so ago with you guys didn't get a lot of positive feedback on trying to switch over to. So who knows if y'all will or not. But I mean, there's like some positives to it as far as like weekend stuff. But then there's just like, I mean, shoot, every work day this year, 45 extra minutes on the day. Like it just gets to the point like your body gets so used to
Oh yeah.
being like engaged with people on campus for a certain amount of time.
Mhm.
So like every time when 3:30 would hit, I'm like, I just feel like we should be done, and we still got another 45 minutes to go.
No, I know. Like, I mean, it's different, but I know what you mean. When I was military, and there were days that I had 12-hour shifts, and there were days that I had 8-hour shifts. Right now, you think, okay, 4 hour, right? That 4 hours is a huge difference. It's like you don't think about like. So I can get what you mean by 45 minutes, but because like 4 hours, you like it's one thing when I was doing an 8-hour shift. You're like, oh, I'm almost done, but then when you're doing 12 hour, you're like, oh my god, I still got like two more movies worth.
Yeah.
Before like before I get to go home or whatever. So that yeah, that sucks, man. But I mean, like, do you like the 48 weeks at all?
I mean, it's nice as long as, because one thing with like being like the admin type thing is like we had like every other Friday I had to work anyway, so like I would get every other week would be like a 40 or 3-day weekend. So those were the nice ones. But then like when it's like normal 5-day week work week for me, like it's still different ish on that Friday because there's not kids there, so it's not as busy. But I don't know, man. It's like it's got its give and take and everything. It's just one of those things that's whatever. I still kind of wonder, like, I've never sat there and put mind, like, to keyboard, I guess, and try to research. Remember when we were kids, like, we would start school, like, after Labor Day, and we would be done, like, by Memorial Day.
Yeah,
Because
I don't
remember,
know. Like,
we'd start school in September and be out in May and, like, have 3 months off.
yeah, I don't know. Like, and it's not like what did we go to? I don't see. It's hard to remember what we went to. Like, what time we went to. I
Oh,
know we
shit, I don't
started
remember.
high school. We started. I was it 8
I think it
20
was about 8, because it
8.
was probably
Yeah.
about 8, something like that. Because I remember waking up, my alarm was set at 7:10, because I'd like worked it out, like what's the latest I could wake up, brush my teeth, eat a bowl of cereal, and get to school.
Dude, you be waking up because obviously it was different because of my dad. You were waking up when I was already at school. Like I was already there, and you're just getting up.
Yeah, I was just like, what's the latest I could possibly get up to get? I mean, it's the way I try to approach everything. It's like, when can I go to bed? Like, maximize my time away from like work or school. Like, what time can I go to bed and still, get up in a decent time?
I
I wish
try
I
to
could
do
go
the
to
same
bed
thing, man.
quicker, but
I don't. Oh yeah, I do too, man. But you got anything else before we take a break? Want to just slide some stuff over? We do like a late night show. We're like, hey, you got bumped a little. We're gonna go this way.
sure,
Anything else you want to add?
I'm good.
Yeah.
We say pros convey cheers made and cheers made again or simply cheers. Sometimes it's all toss and take, other times it cheers and you felt and hoes. We also say saw they salute time gaze go. Now in Vietnam we can say yo. That's how Joey and Jello cheers around the world. Cheers, cheers around the world. Different languages, same sentiment. Raising our glasses to friendship and joy. Cheers, cheers around the world. Cheers, cheers around the world. Cheers, cheers around the world.
It's no big deal.
Be fun is like to do one of these like, how like radio shows, like I don't know if you listen to ESPN radio and stuff like that for ESPN San Antonio, but like they
I
like every
used
once in a
to.
while
It's been a
they do
while,
like
but yeah.
the on location like recordings. It'd be kind of cool to do one of those, like, I don't know, like I always kind of envision like it'd be kind of cool like
Do,
to go back home and do
do
one
you
like a
forget
little restaurant.
we've on location recorded at the pool? Remember
Yeah, what
that,
I'm talking
right?
about, like in a spot where like people can be like there in front of us. Like the one time we did that, there was like a guy swimming. Like
Yeah.
he don't know who. I don't know. He don't know us.
So you want to go to like a restaurant like hometown and people be like, again, who are you? But like like
But
the
no, but
album
like
names or
we
whatever.
could sit there and put a little Facebook group and be like, hey guys, plug it for a couple months beforehand. Like, hey,
Yeah,
check us out, check a little, and then be like, hey,
I
July
like
what?
that. Honestly, I like that idea. Maybe something we kind of brainstorm. So maybe like later in the summer or next summer, it's like, hey, Bernie, Joey and I do a podcast. You want to come out and see how we've aged or whatever? How we've aged, but we haven't matured, right?
See how we've aged. They're like,
Yeah,
oh, what happened to you?
yeah, exactly. The reunion, when at 30 years, right? We should just do that. We should just plan to. We'll just host the reunion, right, when we're 30 years old. So that's what it is.
They're like, oh, we don't want to listen to you the whole time though, man. We're like, don't worry about
So, yeah, don't worry about it. All right, I'm gonna
it.
jump into my wine and cheese corner, sir. Okay. Yeah, I may move my other segment to the next episode. All right, so I started the wine and cheese corner to kind of highlight how my students like to whine and complain about stuff. So this is something I picked because it kind of incites maybe some sarcastic remarks for myself, but it also creates some eye rolling in my own brain. But I had this question. Um, Actually, it was this week and it was last week. Like anytime it rains, right? A student will be like, "How come there's recess inside?" And I'll be like, "What do you mean? Besides the thunderstorm or the monsoon that's going on outside?" I was like, "Is that why you're curious? Why we're not going out in the mud and rolling around, dude?" So I'm laughing. A couple of years, actually more than a couple of years ago. It's my second year at the school. We had got done saying like blacktop only, stay off the grass. There's mud, whatever, right? There's a fire hydrant area near one part of the playground, and it's like a drainage ditch or something, right? This I can't remember if it was a girl or boy, but they slipped and slid their entire back, like back from their head all the way to their feet, right? Covered in just a huge streak of mud that like at least 2 feet wide, right? And it's just like, oh man, it's like if only you had listened to us when we said stay away from the mud. That's what it is. What it is. Yeah.
I used to, and I'm glad I never got in trouble for it. But like when kids would, like when I was doing PE, and it would be raining and stuff like that, they'd be like, oh, we wanted to go outside today and do this. And I'm like, I can't. Like the only game we can go outside and do right now is if we'll hand out these big long metal poles and we'll run around and see who wins.
Yeah.
And that's all I would say. And like you could see like which ones were the smart ones, so every once in a while you get a kid going. Because someone would be like, yeah, that's cool. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. And like some kid would be like, well, what happens if lightning hits us? And I'm like, exactly. That's why it's not a good game to do. We can't do it right now. So we gotta stay inside. But the rest of them would be like, what?
We had teachers versus students today, and plan like I probably ended up going from plan A all the way to like plan C or whatever, right? But it ended up doing like we had a paper snowball fight in the classroom, and the whole time I'm scared, right? Because it's like again it's 2024, it's paper, but you never know what can happen and who can get mad, right? But I'm just like, don't get hurt, don't nobody get messed up, right? But I also did something where I did it with a team actually earlier in the day I did it. I let everybody get a paper ball and shoot from a certain spot in the classroom, like basketball in the trash can, right? And then only one kid made it or whatever. So then I versed him, and we both were bad. And so then at the end of the day, I did it again, and all the kids that wanted to do teachers versus students that like paid our star points. I gave them each a paper. They crumpled it up, and they shot from a certain spot. And like there were 12 kids that participated. And so we did it twice. The first time they made 3 shots, right? So I was like, okay, if I make 4, I grabbed 12 paper balls. Like if I make 4, I win, and y'all do 5 push-ups. If I don't make 4 out of these 12, you win, and I do 5 push-ups. But I made 4. Like I made 4 out of like 8 or something, right? I didn't even get close to 12. And then we did it again, and they made 4 shots, so I had to make 5. Actually, first they made 4. and I had to make 5 to win, right? So I had made 4. I still had 2 shots left, right? No, and I was two shots up, and I was 1 down. And then 2 kids that weren't there, they were doing something else for they had some other event. They came back in, and I let them each play 1 shot because they had participated in it. They paid for it, right? And the last kid made it. So I was like, well, now I had 2 balls, right? And I had to make 1 shot to tie and 1 shot to win, right? This is it's like one of those clutch things, right? So I made the first one, tied it, and then I told everybody, okay, just want to remind y'all, if I miss this shot, we all do push-ups. If I make it, you do push-ups. And dude, it was a trash can, but I would have switched it. I was just it was like a Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant shot, and I was like, push-ups now. So
You're all my beat.
yeah, exactly.
They're all...
Take that. It's one of
Well,
you shoot it and you cock your hand like that and you just hold the pose. And I'm like, yeah, I win. So
They go to like shoot it, and you know you're gonna lose. You like slap it, and you're all not in the house of Matumbo.
yeah, they wanted to do. I got no problem doing musical chairs, but they want to do musical chairs, and I'm like, we got to move stuff around before we do musical chairs because, like I said, I don't know what it is, and I think you and I have talked about this on the phone and stuff. If not, I know I've thought about it a lot in my brain. And I think a lot of people older than us have to be thinking similar things for us when we were younger. But, man, these kids are fragile. Like, it doesn't take much to hurt somebody, you know?
That'll just cry.
Somebody got hit.
Laser.
Somebody got hit in a basketball with their leg. I think I told you this a couple weeks ago. And they're like, I got to go to the nurse. And they're like, I can't walk. And I was like, from what? Because I actually saw it happen. And they're like, the basketball hit me in the leg. And I was like, stand up, man. I was like, walk it off. You're fine, you know? But
you're like, people are watching you. You're pathetic.
This is exactly so. All right, dude. Hey, I'm gonna do the ceremonial sharing of the screen so you can do your speech. All right.
Oh, I got it, but we can still share the screen.
I still want. Well, how about this? Even if we don't need to share the screen, I still want to do the drum roll. How about that?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So here we go. All right, and like I said, I started to read it, and I was like, wait a minute, I got to be surprised. So
It's not like super crazy, but it's just like subtle jabs, and so you came up with the idea, and so I acquiesced to your request and generated myself a little bit of a slightly sarcastic, in the spirit of the fact that we have high school graduations going on, so I have a graduation speech for everybody. So here it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, esteemed faculty, parents, and those of you already planning the class reunion. It's an honor to stand before you today as we celebrate the achievements of these fine individuals who have successfully navigated the maze that is high school. Truly, this is a day that will be remembered, mostly by the credit card companies eagerly awaiting your future spending. Graduates, look at you. Today, you join the ranks of the illustrious alumni who've gone on to change the world, or at least their Instagram bios to high school graduate. You've worked hard, persevered through countless sleepless nights, pop quizzes, and that one teacher who definitely had it out for you. Yet here you are, defying the odds. Or in some cases, defying the grading curve. Well done. As you sit here in your caps and gowns, consider this moment a rite of passage, a transformation from teenagers to young adults who will soon realize that waking up before noon was actually a luxury. Yes, the real world is out there waiting for you, and it's excited. Probably more excited than you are. Out there you'll discover new things: rent, taxes, the joy of waking up for 8 a.m. college classes, and the deep, unrelenting love for weekends. Let's take a moment to thank those who helped you get out here, or helped you get here. To your teachers, who shared their wisdom, their knowledge, and their PowerPoint presentations that were always at least 72 slides too long. To your families, who supported you, sometimes financially, always emotionally, and never stopped wondering if you were going to finish that term paper. Mom and Dad, you can breathe now. To your friends who stood there by your side through thick and thin, except when you ghosted them for Fortnite. And to the coffee, for those who couldn't have done it without you, you are the true MVP. As you leave here today, remember, it's okay not to have everything figured out. After all, the only people who have life completely figured out are given those TED Talks. And they only have to sound smart for about 18 minutes. Life is messy, unpredictable, and sometimes you'll find yourself Googling how to adult in the middle of the night. And that's perfectly fine. You're now armed with a diploma, a sense of accomplishment, and perhaps a minor existential crisis. But don't worry, you got this. In the words of a wise philosopher, probably a commencement speaker like myself, don't panic. Or maybe that was Douglas Adams. Either way, good advice. Finally, as you step into the world, do so with courage, curiosity, and a healthy dose of sarcasm. Question everything, especially the fine print. Don't be afraid to fail. It's just a stepping stone for success, or to success, or at least a funny story to tell at parties. And always remember that you are capable of more than you think, especially when deadlines are involved. So here to you, the class of 2024. May your Wi-Fi be strong, your coffee be stronger, and may you always find a parking spot. Congratulations, now go out there and make us proud. Or at least prove that this wasn't a colossal waste of time.
I like it, man. Like, how long did it take you to write that? Just curious. Did it start flowing?
I kind of came up with some, and then I plugged a little bit into ChatGPT to help me out with some of it.
That's cool, man. That's it.
To kind of get me more volume.
That's the benefit of these 2024, socialites or whatever. Like, you got that access, but that's cool, man. And I remember because I was just like thinking I remember, I can't remember why it popped in my head, but I was just like, man, enjoy high school because some of you will never be this cool again, And then I was just like, hey, Choey, why don't you write a Choey, like a Chapin Choey style, commencement address,
Dude, that's the one thing
Love
like
it,
you
by the way.
wish that kids would understand is like they put, because I remember like when high school we were like worried about what so and so thought about us, worried about what girl thought about us, what is this gonna happen, what's that gonna happen, what are we gonna do after practice, what are we gonna do after the game, and like now it's like all that crap that you thought was important really wasn't.
Is being cool. Like, I've actually, since we've left high school, I thought like the measure I've thought of being what I thought of being cool is like you don't give a damn about what people think. You just do what you want to do. And it's like if you don't like it, you don't like it. Like I kind of told, I'm sarcastic. I'm sarcastic. I'm also pretty goofy too. And we're at that age, at least I am, where I'm just like, if you don't like it, okay,
Yeah.
it's me. It's like I'm not gonna worry about it. It's just who I am.
Like that's the thing I tell the boys too. Is like I'm like, dude, like high school, maybe into college for a little while. It's like, what's the cool clothes? What's this good style?
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't wait to get home to put a t-shirt, basketball shorts, and some flops on. Like, and as long as the weather permits, I'll wear a t-shirt, basketball shorts, and flops everywhere. I don't care if we're going to a nice restaurant. Like, if the wife will let me, I'll wear whatever.
I told you last season because I was joking about you because you've always been like you've always pointed out our age a lot sooner than I have, right?
Yeah.
But I think it was this year I started feeling. There's always moments, right, where I feel older. But one of the moments this year was like, I was like, the times that I worried about, I gotta dress nice, right, or this looks cool, right? This Abercrombie thing, or this American Eagle thing, or this Express thing, whatever. Now I'm like, what feels comfortable? I was like, literally, what is comfortable? Because that's kind of what I care about. That's when I start feeling, quote unquote. I mean, we're not that old yet. You know what I mean? But like, where you're wearing like white tennis shoes or whatever. But it's just like, what's comfy, man?
But dude, it's crazy. Like, I just feel like I hit it. Like, just I don't know if maybe it was just coincidence, but like I feel like the day I turned 30, was like the next day was like the worst hangover I ever had. Like I felt like you could have like loaded me up with like 10 pounds of sand and it just sucked out all the water in my body and I was just super dehydrated and then like the day I hit 40, I felt like I got up and it was just like stuff popping more, hurt aches, and I'm just like, oh, like why
Uh,
did this happen?
all about you, I do my best, and my teacher friends always laugh at me when I go out with them or when we go out together. But I'll get some drinks and then I go get water. And they're like, "Why are you drinking a lot of water?" I'm like, "Well, I'm trying to stay hydrated." It's like how I wake up the next day and I feel great. It's like not like drinking 6, 8 beers, whatever, and then feeling like garbage. Like I'm like I said, I got water in me, I got liquid in me and stuff. It's like, dude, I can't remember. Well, actually, the last time I got drunk and it was on accident was my 40th birthday. That we're 44. Well, I'm 44 now. You're almost there, but and that when I go hang out with people, that's always in the back of my mind. Hey, make sure that I'm pacing myself. You know what I mean? Because I know what it feels like. It's not fun anymore. Remember when we used to laugh at that? Hey, we got trashed last night because we feel like today. Now it's
Yeah.
just like I don't want to go through that. We've been there, done that. Let's move on. So,
Well, that's the
but
thing. Is that, like that's what's crazy too. Is like I sit there and I sit there and I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna drink, let me buy a Gatorade. So that way, or depending upon like how much I think I want to drink, maybe 2 Gatorades.
yeah,
And I'm like, well, I never would have pre-planned to avoid the hangover back in the day. It was just like we rock and shock. Here we go.
yeah. It's like I'll go to bed making sure. Hey, did I get enough water? Did I take some ibuprofen just in case? Because that helps me the next morning. It's like, is there something in my stomach? If not,
Yeah,
let's
and you're
get a
like,
yogurt or fruit or something. You're like, let's eat something. But
yeah, you're like prepared. Like it's all old man stuff too. It's all, well, what am I gonna do? Like, how can I do this? How can I do that? And like, but then it was just drink until you're done. Drink until you like, and you wake up the next morning. You're all, guess I passed out.
dude, let
And
me look it up. My uncle posted something on Facebook today, and I was like laughing at him, right? And yeah, again, remember I talking about generations or whatever, right? So my uncle said today's generation goes out late, calls in sick to work the next day. Our generation went clubbing, got home at 5 a.m., slept for an hour, and showed up at work in the same clothes with a hand stamp, right? And he put this on his Facebook, and I told him, I was like, I hope you showered first at least, Uncle. And he's just kind of like laughed at it. But
well,
like,
we were like that too. Like we go do whatever,
yeah,
and the
well,
next day we
I
go.
did that with the Navy. I didn't do it with teaching, but yeah, I know
Oh
what
well,
you
yeah.
mean. But you want to do the social media plug? Or you want me to handle it?
I think I did last time. You can do it if you
All
want
right,
to this time.
let me go ahead and find it. All right, uh, my gosh, I don't see the slides. So I gotta wing this. You know, I
Well,
know what I
here
do
we
with
go.
the
Let's
slide.
tag team it.
All right, so please
So
follow us. Oh, you got it.
I would say tag team it. Like, don't forget to follow us on
Okay.
social media. We got Choey and Jan, the letter Choey, the letter NJAN on Facebook, X, TikTok, YouTube.
YouTube,
Do
did you
it.
get
Oh,
Instagram,
Instagram. Instagram. No, I didn't
Thread,
get
Instagram
Threads.
threads, and I gotta update our YouTube channel this summer. I'm still like it hit me again. I think I told you about this before. I still want to try to find a way to take what we do right now and translate it to Spanish audio to like send it out to like because I got a lot of people that like a good friend of mine. He's got relatives in Mexico, but like so like I got need. But he said they only speak Spanish, right? Remember my crazy idea? What if we could like tweet it to Shakira? It's got to be in Spanish. I can't be in English. I gotta translate it. So
Her hips don't lie. That's true.
it is true. But I'm saying like maybe some people we can catch on to her and Usain Bolt, man. Maybe keep growing. Keep popping. What if we go from like 12 to 30 countries by the end of the summer? Wouldn't you be like, you know?
If we had like some sort of celebrity, any level, like A, B, C, D list celebrity that was like, hey, and liked our stuff, I would probably crap myself literally. That'd be
Yeah,
some crazy
like
stuff.
then we could start making shirts, and then we could really record on location. There's always that chance we could record in Germany because they were the first ones to listen to us, right?
You know what would be cool, and it can't happen because I'm sure the set's completely destroyed. But how would be cool is if we were doing like a live streaming recording at Central Perk,
Oh
like on
yeah,
Friend,
yeah, they would be
or the
exactly.
apartment.
Oh yeah, or the apartment. Um, yeah, those would be the two big ones. Unless we went to the monks because we're Seinfeld / Friends. If we tried
Right.
to do that one, yeah. But yeah, oh yeah, or we just go to like their house. We're live recording from their driveway.
You just like hear that.
What's
What are y'all
going
doing
on?
here? I'm calling
Yeah,
the cops. But like, no, it's okay. It's okay. We follow you on social
no,
media. So we're
no, no, no. Our name's Choey and Chandler. We're good. You know. Okay.
get out.
All right. With that note, we'll pull. This is a longer episode than anticipated. Good thing I moved some stuff, but you want to pull the plug,
Oh,
sir?
yeah. Let's go ahead and pull the plug on this episode. Take us out.
All right.